Part 5: A Tangled Web of Love. King Jared's heart was in turmoil as he found himself entangled in a web of love, deceit, and conflicting loyalties. The stress of knowing that multiple women were pregnant with his children weighed heavily on him as he struggled to maintain the delicate balance between his relationships with Queen Jess and Princess Mona. The dynamics between the king and the two women were fraught with tension and emotion. King Jared had once loved Queen Jess, but her continuous lies and betrayal had turned his love into a bitter resentment. In Mona, the king had found a fierce and loyal companion who, despite her own flaws, had managed to capture his heart. As the days went by, the emotional strain of the situation became more apparent. King Jared found himself torn between his duties as a husband and a father, as well as his desire for true love and happiness. The complexity of his relationships with Jess and Mona began to take a toll on his mental and emotional well-being. Queen Jess, aware of her husband's growing distance, became increasingly resentful and bitter. Her loneliness fueled her manipulative behavior, leading her to cling to her position as queen and mother of King Jared's children. As she felt her power slipping away, she became more desperate to maintain her hold on the throne. Princess Mona, on the other hand, struggled with the knowledge that she was not King Jared's first choice. Despite their deep love and connection, she could not help but feel like a second option, relegated to the shadows while the king's marriage to Jess remained intact. This feeling of inadequacy gnawed at her, making her question the foundation of her relationship with the king. As the months passed, the pressure continued to mount. King Jared's heart ached with the burden of his double life, as he tried to appease both women and uphold his responsibilities as a ruler and father. He longed for a resolution to the chaos that his life had become, yet he was unable to find a way to untangle the web of love, deceit, and responsibility that had ensnared him. Each day, King Jared faced the consequences of his choices as he navigated the stormy seas of emotion that surrounded him. He experienced moments of despair, guilt, and longing as he sought to maintain his relationships with both Jess and Mona. Despite his best efforts, the king could not escape the feeling that his life was spiraling out of control. The kingdom, too, felt the effects of the king's tangled web of love. Whispers of the queen's infidelity and the king's secret relationship with Princess Mona spread like wildfire, creating an atmosphere of distrust and uncertainty. The people began to question their ruler's decisions, and the kingdom's stability hung precariously in the balance. Behind closed doors, the queen's parents debated whether they should inform King Jared of their daughter's indiscretions. The weight of their knowledge threatened to shatter their own family, as they grappled with their loyalty to their daughter and their duty to the kingdom. With each passing day, the situation grew more complex and emotionally charged. As King Jared struggled to find a way to resolve the tangled web of love and deceit that had ensnared him, the future of the kingdom and its inhabitants remained uncertain. As the story ends, the king, the queen, and the princess must face the consequences of their actions and find a way to navigate the treacherous path that lies ahead. With each passing day, the situation grew more complex and emotionally charged. As King Jared struggled to find a way to resolve the tangled web of love and deceit that had ensnared him, the future of the kingdom and its inhabitants remained uncertain. The king, the queen, and the princess found themselves at a crossroads, facing the consequences of their actions and the choices that lay ahead. In a desperate attempt to salvage his relationships and restore order to his kingdom, King Jared sought counsel from his most trusted advisors. They urged him to make a decision, for the sake of his family and the stability of the realm. But the king found himself paralyzed by indecision, unable to choose between the two women he loved. As word of the king's predicament spread throughout the kingdom, his subjects began to grow restless. They questioned his ability to govern effectively and fairly, and whispers of dissent and rebellion began to echo through the halls of the castle. It became clear that a resolution needed to be reached soon, or the kingdom would be plunged into chaos. Meanwhile, Queen Jess grew increasingly isolated and bitter, her loneliness and desperation fueling her manipulative behavior. Her only solace was her unborn child, a reminder of her bond with the king and the power she still held. She devised a plan to solidify her position and ensure her future in the kingdom, no matter the cost. Princess Mona, on the other hand, began to question her place in King Jarrett's life. Tired of living in the shadows and feeling like a second choice, she contemplated returning to her own kingdom and raising her child alone. Despite her love for the king, she wondered if their relationship was worth the heartache and uncertainty. At last, King Jarrett came to a decision. He realized that his indecisiveness and unwillingness to face the truth had caused irreparable damage to his kingdom and those he held dear. He knew he could no longer maintain his double life and made a bold choice that would change the course of his life and the future of his kingdom. With a heavy heart, King Jarrett chose to end his marriage to Queen Jess, acknowledging the pain and deceit that had plagued their union. He granted her a generous settlement and vowed to support her and their children, but knew that their love had been irrevocably lost. In turn, he chose to marry Princess Mona, embracing the fierce love and loyalty they shared, and together, they would rebuild the kingdom and forge a brighter future. The consequences of their actions rippled throughout the kingdom, as the people adjusted to the new reality. The royal family, now untangled from the web of deceit and betrayal, faced the challenges ahead with renewed strength and determination. As the story draws to a close, King Jarrett, Queen Mona, and the children born from these tangled relationships embark on a new journey together. Though the path ahead is fraught with uncertainty, they face it as a united family, bound by love, loyalty, and the hope for a brighter tomorrow. A journey to the kingdom of serenity as the story of King Jarrett, Queen Jess, and Princess Mona unfolds. Let yourself be transported to the mystical kingdom where it all takes place. Envision the lush forests, the majestic castles, and the serene rivers that surround you. This enchanting realm is where you will embark on your journey to the land of peaceful slumber. Begin by finding a comfortable and quiet spot amidst the enchanting forest, perhaps near the gentle flow of a babbling brook or within a clearing illuminated by the soft glow of the moon. Allow yourself to be cradled by the plush, cool grass beneath you, the perfect place to lay down and drift off into a restful sleep. Take a deep breath, inhaling the fresh, crisp air of the forest. As you exhale, release any tension or stress you may be holding on to. With each breath, feel your body becoming more and more relaxed as the soothing sounds of nature envelop you. Allow the rustling leaves above to create a calming symphony, accompanied by the distant, melodic birdsong. The soothing flow of water from the nearby brook creates a gentle lullaby, encouraging you to let go of the day's worries and find solace in the tranquility of your surroundings. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine the golden light of the setting sun casting a warm and comforting glow across the forest. This soft light envelopes your body like a warm embrace, inviting you to sink deeper into relaxation. Visualize the colorful wildflowers scattered throughout the forest floor, swaying gently in the breeze. Inhale the delicate fragrance of these blossoms as it mingles with the earthy scent of the forest, further grounding you in this serene environment. Now, close your eyes and let your mind wander through the kingdom's enchanting landscapes. Imagine the rolling hills, the winding rivers, and the majestic mountains that stand tall in the distance. As you explore these beautiful scenes, feel a sense of peace and contentment filling your heart. As you continue on your journey, you may come across the enchanting castle where King Jarrett and Queen Jess reside.